Time frame?
13 minutes.
What he's doing now we call scrubbing the image, looking for clues as to where the murder is going to happen.
I think that experts and lay people alike watched the film Minority Report. And there was a certain level at which it wasn't necessarily clear which things were real for real and which things had been faked up a little bit. And so, of course, it was very natural for us as engineers to go back into the lab, back into a company, and keep building this stuff. But equally, I think it was the reaction of audiences to this stuff, whether they knew it was real or whether they knew that it wasn't. It made sense to everyone. It made sense that this is how humans and computers should relate. And that was a huge boost to us to sort of go back and keep building it. List. So we're building this product. It's called G-Speak, the world's first spatial operating environment, and we believe that it's the future of how people and machines will interrelate, and we're selling it right now to early adopter customers who are delighted to be able to get their hands on this sort of next generation technology. Well, this is my friend, colleague, and boss, Oblong's CEO, Quinla Hultman-Kramer. And right now he's working with a new geospatial exploration tool that we built. The idea is that you might be doing a geospatial survey, or you might be exploring for natural resources, and you need a very fluid way of flying around a vast three-dimensional space, and not just above the surface of the Earth or the Moon or wherever you might be thinking about mining, but underneath it as well. So this tool allows you to fly in and around the different strata of geographic layers. So pointing is the starting point for everything that we do. And if you can see something on the screen, you can point at it, and if you can point at it, then you can manipulate it. Except that it's better than the real world, because when you point at it, you can actually grab it, even if it's far away. And then we have other ways of manipulating bits and pieces like that, and that, all of this, even a little of this. Then you start applying that to real world problems, like this mapping issue, and we can fly around this two-dimensional space. It's a very high-resolution two-dimensional space, so you can imagine that you're a real estate agent or an emergency first responder with responsibility for all of Los Angeles, and you can sort of find your way through it at the high level, or zoom way in to find particular details. But we can control not only time, but space as well. So we're looking here at a system called Tamper that we built to experiment and give people a feel for what the future of media handling itself might be. That means film and television production, but also all forms of media handling. So at the very beginning, you need access to, let's say, your media library, and we have that all here. A bunch of generic stuff, but we've pulled in Minority Report for the purposes of the discussion today. And we can go through the footage at many different rates. So here we can go forward and backward in an analog way, but at a very slow speed. By simply bringing the hand up through space like this, you increase the speed of access. So it's sort of a multi-level jog and shuttle dial. The next step is to find some particular footage that you'd like to use. And once you've done that, in these scenes, we've rotoscoped out a bunch of elements. You can literally reach in, grab the element, bring it to life like that, and put it down here on the table, which is sort of your composing palette. So we're going to build up a little montage here. Now this system is self-evidently a little bit whimsical, but it is nevertheless a look at how we feel media should be extremely fluid, flexible, and fine-grained. So at any moment you should be able to reach in and pull out a piece, large or small, an entire sequence or an individual character, and compose these together. So let's go find some more stuff to put into our collage. There's a very good-looking ship, and put that right there above the merry-go-round. We have this painfully contorted woman, so we'll put her on the merry-go-round like that. That seems good. Now over here we have a kind of hidden interface, and it works by hover. So you just get close to the surface and you reselect the layers that you put down in the first place. Maybe we'd like to rearrange the position of this woman, and that happens just like this. You drag stuff around the table wherever you want it to go. Or maybe this needs to be offset upward like that, and we can bring the ship down like that. Let's put one more element in. I think In this case, this might be good. A bubble from the bathtub scene. Now you see that the bubble layer is on top of all the others, but maybe we'd like it to be behind. So let's take this and move it down. And we're going to grab the bubble layer and move it to the very bottom of the stack. So now it becomes a kind of aura. So in working this way, we're trying to put back the physicality into film editing, let's say, that was lost when everyone started editing digitally.
Oh, I love this part.
It's happened already, and people will continue for decades to come to look back at Minority Report and recognize it, acknowledge it as a kind of high watermark and as a touchstone. A decade later almost, people still say, oh, that's like Minority Report, referring to all sorts of different things. And of course, then the thing comes full circle, because here we are back now, actually in a commercial setting where once again the technology is being built for real.